You're listening to KNON 89.3 FM in Dallas, the voice of the people, voted best radio station for music 2 years in a row by the Dallas Observer.
Did you know that KNON podcasts all of its local talk shows? KNON has local talk, each show covering your community in its own unique way. So if you missed one of our great morning talk shows, you can go back and listen to it online. We keep the shows for 2 months so you can hear everything you have been missing out on. Visit KNON.org for more information about the KNON Morning Talk Shows podcast. Also available on iTunes.
Good morning, it's the Workers Beat. I'm Gene Lantz. Call us to make a pledge, 972-647-1893. The Alliance for Retired Americans will have a luncheon at the Golden Corral Restaurant, 1540 North Cockrell Hill Road, Dallas, Texas, 75211, at the Cockrell Hill exit in West Dallas. So it's Highway 30, you take the Cockrell Hill exit. That's at 11:30 Thursday. Now everybody's getting ready for the Black Friday day, in which we're all going to go out and help support Walmart and help them with their organizing drive. I don't mean we're going to help Walmart. We're going to help the employees at Walmart. And that makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Associates.
Now we know one thing is for certain, that at 7 o'clock on Friday, November the 23rd, that's the day after Thanksgiving, they will meet. They will meet and get a bus and go around all over the city. But you can catch them at different stores. You don't have to be there at 7 o'clock. You can catch them as they go from store to store. They're going to let people know what that is. They're also going to be doing stuff on Thursday during Thanksgiving for people that want to do it. So here's how you find out exactly how you fit into all this. You call Kevin Blair at 1-859-322-8196. One more time. His cell phone is 1-859-322-8196. Kevin Blair is the official organizer. Don't listen to somebody else that tells you they know what's going on with Walmart. Kevin Blair is the guy to find out from, and his number is 1-859-322-8196. Or you can email him at kblair, that's the letter K, B-L-A-I-R, at UFCW. UFCW, that's United Fine Country Women.
United Food and Commercial Workers.
Yeah, but they won't remember that.
Well, you're right. They might
UnitedFineCountryWomen.org. K. Blair at UnitedFineCountryWomen.org.
I love it.
That will put you in sync with everybody that's working on the Walmart fight, and a lot of people are. There's also other ways to get involved, and we keep trying to keep this caught up on LaborDallas.org, which is my website. Bonnie, are you geared in with the Walmart people?
Yes, sir, I am. I certainly am.
I know you've been picketing with them.
Yes, sir, I have. I think we're all going to get together later on this week. I'm not sure. I know we've got a meeting set up on Friday at the Union Hall.
Yeah, it's at your Union Hall, 1408 North Washington?
Yes, sir.
What time?
6:30.
6:30. And that'll be like a training for people that want to know how they can help Walmart, right?
I believe so, and kind of a planning for Black Friday and information, how you can help, how you can volunteer, how you can just get involved.
Yeah. Of course, you don't have to be smart to walk around in a circle.
No, it's quite easy, actually. I've gotten pretty good at it.
It's true that I often hold my sign upside down.
Well,
But you could, if you could, with a little bit of smarts, you could hold your sign right side up.
Yep.
And walk around in a circle in a picket line, and you'll never enjoy yourself more.
Boy, you're not kidding.
Because all of a sudden everything falls in place. You know what's happening in the world, and you know who's causing the problems, and you know which side you're on. Because the picket line is the line.
That's it.
And you get on the right side of the correct side of the picket line, and suddenly everything falls into place for you. So it's a great idea. Get involved with the Black Friday struggle to help organize the Walmart workers. And in the meantime, call us and make a pledge at 972-647-1893. I want to give out a special shout out to Stacy Cottengame, who's been working to help her brothers and sisters at Walmart She's gotten up in public and made speeches, and that's not easy. When you've never done it before, it's kind of hard. And Stacy would get right up and just do the best she could. I saw her speak in the park the day we took the march downtown, and I saw her speak at the Workers' Rights Board. A good woman who has given her life to working for Walmart, and they fired her. They fired her for trying to get other people to join the association, and we shouldn't stand by for that. So here's to you, Stacy Cottengame. You've got all the courage in the world, and I know you're going to come out right on this. And in fact, I know for sure you're going to come out right on this as soon as I get your phone number. Other things are going on. Bonnie, what else you got to bring up?
Verizon bargaining is still going on. They're making it really tough. It's ugly on the West Coast for District 9, which is the CWA folks in California and Nevada. Mm-hmm. It's very ugly.
Now, the East Coast settled.
Yeah,
Most of the East
Coast finally got a decent agreement. It's not great, but it's decent. They didn't have to contribute any more to their health care. I think, once again, we see companies looking at not providing the benefits to newer employees.
They want to take away your health care and your pensions.
Yep. They don't want you to have a pension if you come in after a certain date. Mm-hmm. I'm very blessed that I was hired when I was, because I look at these kids, our young premise technicians, who are the young men and women who are installing UVerse all over the city. These folks make about $10 or $15 less an hour than the guys that were hired 20 plus years ago.
And don't have the same benefits.
No, well, actually, they do have the same benefits.
Oh, that's good.
They do have the same benefits, but they don't have seniority in their article or in their appendix in the contract. So that's a huge, huge issue. And Jean, as being a labor leader yourself, seniority is a very important, because, when you're a senior person on a crew, you've already paid your dues. Mm-hmm.
But we're just talking about union people.
That's right. See, that's the
Walmart people don't have seniority.
They don't
have much of anything. They're basically part-time employees.
That's right.
Call us and make a pledge at 972-647-1893.
We've got tickets to the Chinese Lantern Festival, so for a $50 pledge. And I just want everybody to know, a microphone, we've been talking about our microphones for quite a while. Jean's is literally hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, it looks like a safety pin holding this thing
Okay, that's good. All right. Well, a new microphone costs $238.
Mm-hmm. Well, somebody will call and give us $238 just today.
Please.
I'm sure.
There you go.
I asked the Walmart family to pitch in every time. A couple of million, just whatever you have in your pockets would be just fine. Mm-hmm. I want to say what Larry Cohen, the president of the Communication Workers of America, said about the election, because, you've been picking up the news ever since the election, and you found out what everybody in America thinks about the election except anybody from labor. There's nobody from the workers' side that's been able to get a nickel's worth of on the media. So let me say what Larry Cohen, the president of the Communication Workers of America, said. He said on election night, "Throughout this very long political campaign, we've been clear that elections are about choices. Americans who want to ensure a place for working families in our economy made a clear choice in re-electing President Obama. I'm so proud of the tens of thousands of our members, activists, and volunteers who stepped up and did amazing work. But returning President Obama to office and electing representatives who will stand with the working Americans is just one step in the long process of rebuilding our democracy.
Wow, that's
To get results, we must make our voices heard every week by calling, emailing, and meeting with our elected officials on the issues that are important to us." That's Larry Cohen.
That's
Bonnie's president.
Yay, Larry! Thank you, Larry. That was great.
I had another statement from Bob King, who's president of United Auto Workers. That's my union.
Oh, good.
His mostly emphasized the importance of the auto industry and the fact that President Obama was pretty much single-handedly responsible for saving the auto industry.
Yep.
The other candidate was against saving the auto industry, and that's what pulled President Obama through Ohio. That's what got him those votes from Ohio. So,
absolutely. And Pennsylvania, too.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, and of course, not to mention the rest of the country, which benefits from the automobile industry, which is doing fairly well now compared to the days when they were all hanging on the edge of bankruptcy.
Well, and I saw that the plant, the GM plant in Arlington, is expanding, just a huge expansion.
They're hiring. Most of the people that will get those new jobs at the auto plant in Arlington will be people that are transferring in from other plants that have closed.
Right.
But they are also hiring off the street. And the way to get a job at the Arlington car factory is not to call the union, don't call the company, go straight to TWC and tell them, the Texas Workforce Commission, in other words, the unemployment office, and tell them that you'd like to work in an automobile factory, and try to get in there. And as soon as you get there, join the United Auto Workers.
That's right. Sign a card.
Try to get something better than what we've had in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Now, people are supposed to call us and make a pledge, 972-647-1893, and they can also pledge online.
Which is what James Collins did last week, and we want to thank him for his pledge. Thank you so much. And I'll bet James could tell you it was super simple.
Mm-hmm.
Super simple. It's so easy.
We had a couple of people call last week, too, and you can call 972-647-1893, make a pledge. But here's how you do it online. You go to KNON.org, and if you're interested in getting, a sweatshirt or a coffee cup or, or a pint of coffee or something like that out of this for a premium, they're all listed. All of our available premiums can now be found on the KNON website, KNON.org. So you check on that and see if you want to get one of those gifts. It doesn't matter. I know that most people that give us a donation, certainly to the Workers Beat people, are not that interested in getting a T-shirt or something. They're more interested in just making sure that we stay on the air. There's 12 shows that were canceled last year because they couldn't show that anybody was listening and that anybody cared.
That's right.
So KNON is not obligated to put junk on the air, and if we're junk, then we're going, just like anybody else, just like you'd expect it to be.
Yep.
I'm not a bit sorry that we have to raise money and show that we are part of KNON, that we're KNON boosters, and that
That's
people
right.
listen, and that it makes a difference what workers think, and so the Workers Beat is important to somebody. So stick with us, make a little pledge. Call us at 972-647-1893, or go on the internet to KNON.org and hit the thing that says donation.
And it takes PayPal too, which is so cool. I love PayPal.
Yeah, you can also put your credit card in there.
Yes,
but they do not. KNON never gives that out. KNON does not sell that list.
Nope.
They do not give away that list. They don't even tell me and Bonnie. They just give us the names. It's like James a while ago. James called and made a pledge online. Thank you, James. But they don't tell us anything else about James's information.
That's right.
They never do. So anyway, you can get on KNON.org, get that pledge done, or actually make the donation while you're at it. And one last thing that I would like to ask you to do, and that is to say that Workers Beat is your favorite program.
Please. Because
online, that's what they ask you, what's your favorite program. If you don't say Workers Beat, then it's not going to come in for me and Bonnie. It might go to Jim Schutz or one of the other good programs, which is good, but nevertheless, it's not going to come to Workers Beat unless you tell them that Workers Beat is your favorite program. So even if it's not true, please put Workers Beat on your donation,
yes.
And that way we'll get credit for it. What else you got, Bonnie?
Well, you can do a bank draft on with your bank draft, so you can just set up a bank draft that comes out of your account every month, so you never miss it. That's a really good way to give. Man, I've had a bank draft for KNON for I don't know how many years, many years.
Just call and say you wanted to do a bank draft.
Yep, and they'll get you set up. They sure will.
Mm-hmm.
We got a Studio Wall of Fame plaque for a $1,000 pledge. That's pretty cool, because let me tell you, we have got some really awesome plaques in here that are very cool. All kinds of T-shirts and all. Man, we got all kinds of stuff. And tickets to the Chinese Lantern Festival.
That's at Fair Park.
Yes, that's at Fair Park, and it's going to be through July 6th, including the holidays. Folks, this is a great deal for a $50 pledge. You get 2 tickets. And, parking is free, I believe, during this. It's a very Man, I can't say enough about it. I've looked online. I've talked to people who've gone through it. They said it's really nice. So for a $50 pledge, you can have 2 tickets, and that's a great thing. And I think we have a caller.
All right, let's see what Tom has to say. Good morning, Tom. Thanks for calling KNON.
Good morning, Gene. It's so great to have you back on the air. We sure missed you for the past year, not being on the air. I mean,
well, I did have a little hiatus there.
Really, but you deserve it. God knows you've been working hard around, year in and year out, year in and year out. So you deserve the hiatus. But we sure did miss you. And would you explain to the people of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, because we've got the right to work law here in Texas, and people, they want all the benefits of the union, but they don't want to fight for what the union does for everybody, and it's just not right. You people fight and fight and fight, and then everybody else gets the benefits, and it's not right. And they think that the union representatives are just out to fatten their pockets, and they're not out to be fighting for the working people, which that's all you do is work and fight for the working people. And it needs to be explained to new people that live in Texas that don't understand the right to work law here in Texas.
Man, Tom, you hit that nail on the head. That is so true. It's very hard to be in a right-to-work state and organize a union because, yes, you are allowed to organize. You have that right. But, man, I'll tell you what, it is tough. It's very tough.
I work for the dark people in the 80s, and the union representative would always come to the dark board meetings with all the drivers, and a lot of the drivers would say, he's getting paid double pay, he's being paid by the union, he's not doing his job. Here they were fighting for the drivers, and they couldn't understand that. I mean, and I don't know what it takes to figure it out in their mind. I mean, they're intelligent men and women, but, it's just
makes
crazy.
You wonder, doesn't it?
It makes you wonder, really, really. And I hope Gene will chime in and talk about it also, because it's a real important issue. And thanks for doing that thing on Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving with Walmart. And another place that needs to be picked eventually is McDonald's, because I talked to their employees, and they're treated like hell now. They're all franchises. They get no benefits whatsoever like they used to have on a company-owned stores. Just like 7-Eleven's, another operation, no benefits.
Yeah.
No vacation, nothing,
Okay,
but
Tom.
we need to take care of Walmart first.
Thanks so much. We're going to have to take a break. Be right back.
I got 2 kids still at school. I live way out in the country. Community radio provides the kind of programming you won't find anywhere else on the dial. Nowhere else can you find such a variety of formats and personalities in North Texas as KNON. But this is only possible through the support of our listeners. KNON depends on listener support to stay on the air. Now is the time for you to help keep this show on the air. This pledge drive will continue until the station reaches its goal. If you're waiting out the pledge drive, you might be waiting out the existence of this show on KNON too. So don't wait for someone else to do it. Without the support of the people like you, there wouldn't be any community radio on the air in North Texas. So take a few minutes and make a pledge. 972-647-1893. That's 972-647-1893.
Lou Lisa's annual Thanksgiving live broadcast will be happening on Thursday, November 22nd from 9 a.m. till noon, and you're invited. Join Lisa and special guest Reverend K.M. Williams, KNON's own Greg A. Smith and J. Mack, and Jackie Donlow for the live broadcast and Thanksgiving breakfast from the Alligator Cafe. It's happening at the KNON Studios, located at 5353 Maple Avenue at Butler in Dallas, and seating is very limited, so get your tickets now at KNON.org. Come join Blue Lisa, Reverend K.M. Williams, Greg A. Smith, J. Mack, and Jackie Donlow for this great Thanksgiving tradition on Thursday, November 22nd from 9 a.m. till noon for the live broadcast. This is a KNON benefit event.
And just added Kirkland James.
Blue Monday, how are you, Blue Monday? Got to work like a slave all day.
We're ready. Good morning. We're back on the Workers Beat. And our ratings just went up 10 points because Dr. Sarah Carruthers just joined us. Sarah.
Hello, good morning, my beautiful people. How are you today? Oh, I already know some of you got a headache, but it's the weekend. Sleep in a little longer if you have to get up. Get on up and give us some of that money. Bring it down here if you want to. If your gas is a problem, just call us at 972-647-1893. Check this out, guys. We just got in the real loop. You can put your money and your pledge online. We got this online thing going on, so if you guys can't get down here, you can't call in on the phone, feel free to go to KNON.org for all other programs containing to how to give some of your money to your radio station.
Sarah,
Top of the morning to you.
Were you happy with the election?
Yes, I was totally happy with the election because I think everybody won. You know, it's the black, the white, and the gray in the middle. I think that stands for a lot of colors. And you know what? It's like President Obama said, even for those of you that didn't vote for him, it's time to get on the same skateboard now. We might fall off, but hey, we're going to all ride together. There's 4 wheels. Pick your wheel. Just ride.
Amen.
972-647-1893.
been, Gene?
Call and make a pledge. We try to get Sarah Carruthers in here as much as we can, and we were fortunate today to tear her away from her trips to Houston and Arlington and faraway places.
When I saw that gas for $3.08 a gallon, I thought I better fill up twice. And then, you know what? Heard it's for $3.06. So, you know, this is all about us all getting together and working together. And right now, what we're working together is to get more money for KNON.org. Right here, this is your favorite station. You know how I know? Because we're still on the air. We changed our date. We changed our time. But just as Batman, we're still here.
That's right. We actually were off the air for a little while too. And but we're back, and the station is back, and we've got 3 microphones that operate, and that's pretty good. I understand they've had problems with the generators and the antenna and all that. So send us some money. The amount of money that it takes to run this station is in here, around here somewhere. Sarah, do you have?
Yes, it's $43,000 every month.
Ooh,
you know, the tower lease is
$4,200.
The accounting and the audit fees are $2,675. The office rent is $2,046. The tower electricity is $1,600. The phone service is $1,375. Engineering services $1,000. Banking credit card fees are $865. Postage is $800. Office supplies and pledge premiums $390. Insurance $375. Internet wrap-up radio broadcasting $360. Legal fees $200. Property taxes $200. And one new microphone costs $238. But you know what? If you ain't got but a penny, I'm gonna tell you. Last time I was at the store and this brother asked me, "You got a penny?" He wanted to pack a cigarette. So you know, if a penny will help a pack of smokes, KNON likes your pennies. Okay, for all you guys that's been hanging on to those pennies, got them in those glass bottles and those big giant water fountains bottles in a jar beside the bed. Bring me your pennies.
And turn them into KNON. Bonnie, how much is your salary? Is it about the same as mine?
Actually, Gene, I think yours might be a little less because you're retired. But
oh, I see.
Yeah, I have a lot of volunteer jobs.
But it'd be in percentages.
Yes.
In percentages, we both make the same, and I could take a 50% cut.
And I'd still make the same.
And you would still make the same. Because all the people you hear on the air on KNON are not getting paid.
No.
They're all volunteers like us. They do it because they love whatever it is that they're doing. You know, like the person that does Zydeco music, he does it because he loves Zydeco music.
That's
you know?
right.
We do Workers Beat because we want to get out the information from the point of view of workers.
Yes.
We're all workers. In fact, just about everybody's a worker. You can't count the Walmart family on that.
No,
even though they should be kicking in their pocket change. But everybody else is workers. Sarah, you're a worker, are you not?
I'm a worker right now. I'm working here today. I love volunteer workers. You never know what volunteer work's going to turn into a real job. And if I'm asking you for money and I'm sharing this radio time with you right now, this is a job. And I'm getting paid. You know what I'm getting paid? I'm getting paid with your time and your dime to keep this radio station up and going. KNON loves you guys.
We're getting paid in feel goods.
That's right.
Yes.
This is your radio station. We got some feel good
for you. We got a couple of tickets here to the Chinese Lanterns Festival. Never even heard about that, but I heard they're going to be at State Fair, or were they already here at State Fair?
They were at the State Fair, and they're actually going to be held over through January the 6th.
Are they actually from China?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
See, y'all didn't know that, but KNON got bounce back ability. They got somebody staying over from the State Fair, and these are some Chinese people. See, so we all in this together, black, white, Chinese, Asians.
Whatever you got. Now, for shy people, now I want to say a special word for shy people because we're all shy.
Except me, I'm not shy.
Shy people may not want to call.
I'm not shy.
They may not want to call. They may not even want to get on the internet. They may just want to send a check.
And that's okay.
And here's where you can send it. You don't even have to mess with that old long box number anymore. You can send it straight to the studio, which is at 5353 Maple in Dallas, Texas 75235. 5353 Maple, Dallas, Texas 75235. You make the check out to KNON. But then there's another little place on there that says memo, or, there's another little line in the lower left-hand corner. And in that you put workers beat. That way we'll get the credit for it.
Yep.
So you can just send a check. You can call us and make a pledge, 972. Sarah, you give out
972-647-1893. 972-647-1893. Oh, yeah. KNON.org. We've really got the beat. Now, for all you people that aren't on internet or not on the web, write that address down and mail that letter. Hey, I just got hooked up to the internet, so don't feel shy. Come on, I don't believe it's shy people. I just think everybody is not into the gadgets that we have nowadays. There are plenty, but I tell you, money speaks money, and we want your money, and we want your time. Call in right now, 972-647-1893. I'm waiting to hear your voice.
You can actually see Sarah Carruthers on the internet.
Wow.
If you go to YouTube and go to Two Hats Publishing, you will be able to see a video stream of us doing this. She's mugging at the camera right now, and she's got on those Hollywood sunglasses. Sarah's worth seeing and worth listening to. A former auto worker, person that put the cars together.
All right.
General Motors.
All
Okay.
right.
Worked for General Motors.
Yeah, working for the
That's
General
right.
Motors Arlington plant. Great place to work, and they're hiring right now. So all you people that are not working, get down there to the unemployment place or wherever that they have a link
they hire
to.
through the unemployment office.
Texas
They hired
workforce. That's
Texas workforce. So there are jobs out there waiting for you, and that's what this program is about. You.
It sure is. 972-647-1893. We would like to continue being a program on KNON, and in order to do that, we have to show that people are listening, people care one way or the other. They want to keep the workers' point of view on the radio, and that's why they make pledges. So we've gotten several pledges today, and we're delighted. Of course, some of them were ours.
But that's okay.
Yeah, well.
We pledge to our own show. I mean, because not only do we volunteer to do the show, we also pledge our money to keep this show on the air because it's important.
Alimony, that's kind of scary.
We're paying them, okay? Now, how about that for a job?
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
Right?
KNOK has lost 9 shows in 2012. Let's not let that happen again. Don't let this show be the one that you let go.
It's only 9 shows. I said a while ago it was 12. So there's 9 shows that were let go last year?
9 this year, 12 last.
Oh, 9 last year.
I said in 2012. He didn't hear that line.
9 this year, 12 last year. So I was right when I said 12. Okay.
And we don't sell a donor list to anyone with your information, so know that all this is confidential. When you do send your checks in and they have your address, we do not sell your address.
You know, you were talking about the auto workers, Sarah. The Auto Workers Union filed charges, ethics charges against Mitt Romney in the last week of the election. And they said that now they're complaining because they couldn't get on the air with it. NBC News, for example, went right on talking about what a good guy that presidential candidate Mitt Romney was, and refused to talk about the situation at Delphi. What happened, according to the auto workers, is that Romney and his wife bought a bunch of stock in Delphi, which was an auto parts maker.
Yeah.
And then when Delphi went bankrupt, they threatened to withhold parts from General Motors, which would have just put them over the edge. They'd have to stop. They couldn't build cars, and held them up and made $115 million out of it. That Romney and his wife got that much richer by holding up General Motors, according to the Auto Workers Union. And so they filed ethics charges against him and during the last week of the election.
So that's been recent.
Yeah.
Well, I just got one thing to say about that. It's more ways than one to skin a cat. All money ain't good money, and that's all I got to say about that.
Well, it's absolutely
That's
true.
right.
All money is not good money. In fact, some people say property is theft. If you have a lot of property, there's a very good statement from, I think Eugene Debs said this. He said, not all rich people are thieves. Some of them are the son of thieves. In other words, their daddy stole it.
Kind of like mittens and never mind.
Well, I'm just so happy that we all in this together. And as I heard a brother say long ago, can we all just get along?
Oh, man, I thought about him this week. I sure did. Poor Rodney, he passed on.
Well, he's in a better place.
Yeah.
It's a place called heaven. Ain't no bills up there.
That's right. That's right.
But while we down here, y'all, we need some of your money. KNON.org. If you're on the internet, 972-647-1893. If you want to call in, we like your money, and you know what? Your money is good here.
Yeah,
That's
it makes
right.
all the difference in the world. Your $50 donation here makes a lot of difference.
And 10 will work just as good. If you ain't got 50, send that 10.
Well, if you can send more, that would be better. But, you got 3 months to pay this off. You don't have to just come up with the scratch right now. I know you ain't
We got a payment plan.
I know you ain't got that much in your pocket.
We do layaway.
You got 3 months to pay it off.
There you go.
See, we go in 3-month cycles. We have a pledge drive and then another one 3 months from now. So if you pledge today, you got 3 months to get the pledge paid off. Call us at 972-647-1893.
We really need you to pay it like right away, though, because we really do need another new microphone.
And what you going to get for your money? You're going to get time on the air. We're waiting for you to call in to hear your wonderful voice and hear what you have to say. Thank you so much. 972-647-1893.
Now, next week, we expect to have Congresswoman Eddie Bernice Johnson.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It's going to
sir.
be some heat up in the house. Get
Bonnie's
your
going to be
questions
running
together.
things. Bonnie's going to be running things. I'm going on vacation. I'm going to New York with my wife.
Cool.
And I'm going to see if I can fit in the suitcase.
Sounds good to me. In San Antonio, Houston, and Dallas, Labor called on the lame duck Congress to protect the safety net programs. The Secretary-Treasurer of the Texas AFL-CIO, John Patrick, addressed a big audience of Local 848 retirees, leadership, leaders of several other unions, and guests from the community last Thursday, on November the 8th. The occasion was the national launching date for the fight against austerity proposals in the U.S. Congress. I don't know if everybody realizes this or not, but they made a deal in the summer of 2011 that they would take a bunch of cuts against the working people in January, and that they would do away with all of the handouts to the rich. In other words, they were going to get rid of the Bush-era tax cuts. And they all agreed to do that in the summer of 2011. Now they're saying they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Now they say they want to do something else because they don't want to cut the military. Because if they say everybody gets cut, then that means everybody's part. The military is part of that. They don't. They do not want to cut the military. What they do want to cut is retirement benefits.
Yep.
Especially Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid.
That's it.
So the AFL-CIO labor movement, Jobs with Justice, the Alliance for Retired Americans, and a whole bunch of other organizations are in the fight now to make sure that they don't do that. They got the next 8 weeks is what we call the Lame Duck Congress, and the whole thing is called the threat of the Lame Duck Congress. They're going to make some kind of change. They're going to come up with some other kind of compromise. That's what President Obama wants. That's what everybody says that they want. The question is, who's going to compromise? Who's going to give up what? The Republicans are saying that no matter what, that they will not allow taxes on rich people to go up, no matter what. And so so they're going to have to give in on that if we're going to make any progress at all. I don't know what the compromise is going to look like, but if you don't want it to be you, the one that gets compromised, then you better get in on this fight, the fight for the fight against austerity. Austerity is a word that you hear talking about in Europe all the time. You hear about it in Greece. But the truth is, it's the same thing here. When they raise the retirement age, that's austerity. When they take away some of your Medicaid benefits, that's austerity. When they take away some of your retirement benefits, that's austerity. When they tax the poor people and let the rich people off, that's austerity.
That's okay, right. So you know what they're saying? So a short abbreviation of austerity is out. It's out, on its way out. So you guys come on in, 972-647-1893. Let us be the voices of your future.
You're not going to hear from other radio stations. You're not going to hear them call it austerity, for one thing.
Oh, no.
And you're not going to hear anything bad about the idea. But the truth is, KNON stands up for working people, and the Workers Beat program is particularly interested in workers' people. That's why we're so interested in staying on the air.
That's right.
We want to fight against austerity. And austerity has been coming for a long time. There's already about half of the people who had pensions 20 years ago no longer have pensions.
That's right.
They got some of them got 401ks instead, but they no longer have a defined benefit pension.
That's right.
And almost everybody that doesn't have a union has already suffered some kind of losses in their pension or their health care. And even union people have taken some steps backwards in that regard. I know my own union, certain retirees don't have health care anymore.
Right.
They used to, but some of them, but now it's some of them don't. And eventually, if we don't do something, it's going to turn out that nobody has the right to retire in America anymore unless somebody does something about the fight.
And these companies they don't want to fund their pensions because it costs a lot of money. So when with all the new folks that come in, they get no pension.
Now, saving retirement benefits will be the point of our luncheon on Thursday at 11:30 at the Golden Corral Restaurant at the Cockrell Hill exit to Highway 30. You're going on Highway 30 in West Dallas, you see the Cockrell Hill exit, and you can see the Golden Corral Restaurant from the highway. It's just to the south of Highway 30. Be there at 11:30 for luncheon. With the Texas Alliance for Retired Americans. I happen to be the president of the Texas Alliance for Retired Americans, so I'm pretty crazy about this organization, and I will be there for that luncheon, and I will be saying the word austerity quite a lot, and I'll be saying that it's a no good deal for America, and we need to fight it.
So when you see Gene Lantz and he mimics that word, austerity, you mimic right behind them, outs. That's the outs, that's the outs, that's the outs, and we don't want it out. Now, we were off the air temporarily, but we're back on. You know why? Because you loved us. So we're back here. Come on now. Call in 972-647-1893. I hear your phone ringing. Go ahead and call us. Call us right now. Or either go online to KNON.org. Right now. Right now. Come on, people. Give us that money right now. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not next week, but now. I got to overtalk that ringtone phone. I wonder whose phone is that?
You can pledge during the break. We'll be right back.
All right. See you then.
Tell you all a story that's close to me. A worker who's leaning on a bended knee, soiled and tattered in search of relief.
J-Mac of KNON's Monday Evening Blues Show is celebrating 25 years on the air here at KNON with a big party on Sunday, November 18th at Poor David's Pub. Joining J-Mac in the celebration are his great friends, the Texas Slim Trio, and Jason Elmore and Hoodoo Witch. There'll be a free dinner from Vito's Brisket Tacos, Rice and Beans. The doors will be at 5 p.m. for an evening of some of the best blues and brisket tacos this side of the Trinity River. It's going to be a party you don't want to miss. Who knows who may show up and sit in? Tickets available now at KNON.org, Bill's Records, and Forever Young Records. That's J-Mac's 25th anniversary party with the Texas Slim Trio and Jason Elmore and Hoodoo Witch on Sunday, November 18th at Poor David's Pub, located at 1313 South Lamar in Dallas.
It hurt me so bad, cut like a knife.
Recycle Revolution is a local recycling collection service and community drop-off center. They collect and accept all traditional recyclables including paper, plastic, aluminum, cardboard, and glass, as well as materials like TVs, computers, lamps, light bulbs, batteries, ballast, and styrofoam. They offer collection services to apartments, condos, and businesses. They also offer a community drop-off located at 1703 Chestnut Street in Dallas. For more information, 214-566-3025 or recyclerevolutiondallas.com.
Want to hear some great Texas blues? KNON has the CD for you. KNON's Texas Blues Radio Volume 5, our latest blues compilation CD to benefit community radio, sponsored by Forever Young Records. This CD features 15 tracks and 60 minutes of great original Dallas-Fort Worth blues from Tutu Jones, Blues Boy Bo, Buddy Whittington, Andrea Dawson, Kirkland James, Sonny Colley, Johnny Red and the Roosters, the Chris Watson Band, the Two Tones, the Rough Cut Blues Band, Jeff Stone and Charlie Love, Dave Millsap, Sirloin and the Ash Kicking Machine, Michael J. and the Paul Bird Band, and JJ and the Detonators. We're only selling 1,000 copies and it will never be reissued. Get your copy now at Forever Young Records in Grand Prairie, Recordtown in Fort Worth, and in Dallas at Bill's Records and Rewind Music. The CD is available as an MP3 download at KNON.org. All the proceeds benefit Community Radio, KNON. For more info on Texas Blues Radio Volume 5, visit us at KNON.org. Get your copy now and hear some real Texas blues. Your ears will thank you for it.
Wake up in the morning at 4:45. The alarm clock is relentless, for goodness sake.
This is Gene Lantz back on the Workers Beat, and I'm with Bonnie and Sarah. And we're asking you to call us and make a pledge at 972-647-1893. I don't know if you appreciate the Workers Beat or not, but I can tell you this. We are one of 3 workers programs in the whole southern United States. There's one in Atlanta, one in Houston, and us. And other than that, the rest of everything you hear is from the corporations. The corporations own all of the radio stations, all of the television stations, all of the newspapers, all of the books, all the movies. The corporations own just about everything, but they don't own KNON, and they don't own the Workers Beat program. So that's why we think it's important to keep us on the air. Sarah?
That's right. This program is your program. You own this program. And guess what? I'm waiting on you to call in at 972-647-1893. KNON.org. Hey, guess what? We're waiting on you. Today is a great day. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will be glad and rejoice in it. My pockets are full of money and overflowing, and some of it is going to KNON. All right, caller, do I have you on line 1? Is that caller on line 1 right there doing a pledge? Okay, caller on line 2.
Just go ahead and
line 3.
Go ahead and make the pledge.
Hey, okay. Oh, I get it. You guys could have just overshowered me at one time. My cup running over. Come on, baby. Pour right in. I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to be right here at 10 o'clock waiting on you. You know why? Because KNON has time for you. We're your radio station, and we're waiting on you.
Makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yes.
Bonnie, what do you think?
I think that's just awesome. This is man. You got a lot of energy.
Oh, you know what? I have so much energy. I didn't even tell them. Hey, $75. You know what $75 will get you? A black long sleeve shirt with a touch of gray in it. Touch of gray. Hey, 30 shades of gray, touch of gray in there. KNON 89.3 FM, the voice of the people. That's designed on that T-shirt. I've got it in small, medium, large, and extra large. I got all the way up to a 2X. If you want a 3X, that'll be a special order, and I'll do it for you for $50. Call in. I'm waiting on you.
They also got a hoodie.
Yeah, hoodie.
We got a hoodie.
You can be in solidarity with all the people in Florida.
That's right. We can wear our hoodie.
Wore hoodies.
KNON, voice of the people on it. I think that's cool.
Because that guy, at one time, he insisted that he had shot this other man because he was wearing a hoodie.
Because he had a hoodie on.
Well, we ain't going to shoot you here because your money makes a difference. So don't just sit on the fence. Come on and call me at 972-647-1893. KNON.org. It makes a difference.
It does make a difference. We need...
Who's your daddy? KNON.org.
I think I lost my... Are we on the air?
Are you guys out there? Hey, the phones are ringing. Look at it. They're lighting up now.
Good deal.
We like that. Yeah,
good deal. You better call now, or we're gonna send Sarah after you.
Oh yeah, now see, we can use her as our secret weapon, Gene.
That's true.
972-647-1893. You're gonna know that song.
Not everybody that calls and makes a pledge does want to speak on the air.
Yeah, sometimes you can just call.
Sometimes they just call, and some of them just send us money. They can do that by just writing a check to KNON, and then put in the memo section you put Workers Beat, and then you mail it to our address, which I am now going to give you. I hope you have a pencil. 5353 Maple, 5353 Maple, in Dallas, Texas. 75235. 75235. That's a good way to make a pledge. You can also make a pledge online You can also arrange for a bank draft, so you don't even have to worry about it anymore. It just comes right out of your bank account.
Credit cards?
Credit cards? We like credit cards.
You can do credit cards.
We like credit cards.
And KNON does not give out any of that information either.
And we got lots of gifts for you. We got coffee cups. We got coffee. We got umbrellas and concert chairs and hoodies and T-shirts and caps and barbecue aprons.
Those caps are nice.
Yeah, the caps are very nice. I love my barbecue apron. Mine's an old one. It's,
KNON is crazy about the color black.
I know.
Yes.
You know,
a lot of stuff is black with silver writing on it.
You know, they say black don't crack.
You know, I got a red KNON Latin Energy shirt.
Lantz looking at me like, oh boy. And you know, they don't worry about it. They got 30 shades of gray too.
50
shades 50 shades of gray. Okay. And then we got those good on long time just black and white t-shirts. So we got something for everybody. What's life without a little bit of humor? Come on down here and crack-a-lacka with us down here a little bit. Got a hot pot of coffee on, some cream and some sugar. Come on down and have a pot of coffee with us. Bring your check on down in person. We don't mind. Not at all.
Actually, there are people that do that.
Yep.
There are people that just drop by and bring their check, which is a good thing. It keeps the station going, and the station is happy just as long as they get the money wherever it comes from. It all spends the same.
Yes, it does.
Now, the Walmart family, I believe, is going to come through this year.
You keep telling me that, Gene. You've been saying that for years.
They're going to kick in their pocket change. It's just a couple of million.
That sure would be sweet.
All it would be is might have a little lint on it from
That's
their
all
pockets,
right. That's all right. You know what? I'll bet we could get us some new microphones.
Yeah, we could get
well,
some
you know what? I know our KNON listeners are going to come through. You know what that K is for, right? Knowing what you need to do all the time. You know what that N is for, right? Now is the time. You know what that O is for, right? You own us. We're here for you. And that other N, never ending in your efforts. Come on. That's KNON.org. Hey, let me sing you your anthem song right now for this hour. 972-647-1893. Hey, in a few minutes, I'm going to try to rap that. I'll be back with you in 2 and 2.
Another thing we do here is we try to bring in working people's information that makes a difference to working people.
Absolutely.
For example, today is the anniversary of something that happened, something very, very tragic that happened in 1887. You've heard people say all the time that people died for your benefits.
Yes, sir.
Well, they had a rally in 1886 for a shorter working day. The 8-hour day movement, it was called. Back in those days, everybody was working 12 hours a day. That was the normal working time. So they had a rally in 1886. They got arrested and they were hanged on November the 11th.
Wow.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Today.
Yeah.
November the 11th, the Haymarket martyrs were hanged. They had the rally in Haymarket, a place where they sold hay in Chicago.
In Chicago.
And they were convicted of the bombing deaths of 8 police during a Chicago labor rally, which happened in 1886. They didn't do it. In fact, some of the ones that were hanged were not even there.
Wow.
They didn't care?
That is not why they hanged them. They hanged them for speaking up for working people.
That's right.
Boy, we know we in Texas. They hanged them. They
hanged them and for speaking up for working people.
Good old Texas.
Well, that was in Chicago.
That was in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Frank Little, who was also lynched on August the 1st of 1917.
Wow.
His gravestone up in Butte, Montana, it's still there. You can go and see it. It says on it, Frank Little, slain by capitalists for standing up for working people. That's what it says on his tombstone.
Wow.
So that is true that people died for doing what Bonnie and Sarah and I are doing right now, which is speaking
Hey, but
up
ain't
for
no
working
death
people.
gonna come on us, y'all, because we got our people there. You guys are our people. Do I have my people with me? I'm ready to rap that number. 9, boom, 7, boom, 2, boom, 6, 4, 7, boom, boom, 1, 8, boom, 9, 3, 9, 7, 2, boom, boom, 6, 4, 7, boom, boom, 1, 8, 9, 3, boom, boom. Call me.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You know, we need to pull these out so we got some new bumpers around here. Yeah. Something with a little pizzazz.
Another important date for this last week was the birth date of Eugene Victor Debs, which was November the 5th. He was a labor leader, socialist, and 3 times candidate for president, and president of the American Railway Union. He was born in 1855. And of course, for leading the American Railway Union, they put him in prison.
Yep.
Then
And
later-
he worked right alongside Mother Jones.
And then later on, he spoke up for peace during World War I, and they put him in prison for that too. So Eugene Victor Debs is a great hero of America. I'm sure you did not hear a word about it from the corporate-owned media, but his birthday was November the 5th, just this past week. So there's a lot of things that happened in the past that are going on now that people are not going to find out about if we don't keep the workers' beat on the air.
We have to tell people, we talked to you before the election, how important it is to vote, how so many people bled, died, were beaten, clubbed, put in prison. Women suffragists were put in cells for months on end and beaten and urinated on. It was horrible.
A lot of that happened in Dallas, too.
Oh, yeah.
In Dallas, when the 1935, when the garment workers tried to organize here, they found themselves up against the Dallas police, against the company, and against the Dallas Morning News. And the 3 of them, the Dallas Morning News, the police, and the company, made it very, very hard on those women. One of the things they did was strip their clothes off in public and take pictures of them, to have the photographers from the Dallas Morning News take pictures of them in their underwear because they were trying to humiliate them and making it as hard as they could to organize in Dallas, Texas. And that went on at least until 1941, when the federal government stepped in and finally just said, you guys got to quit the stuff that you've been doing in Dallas, because they
took them 6 years to decide to stop that stuff.
Well, it wasn't just 6 years. It had always happened before that. It happened from the beginning of Dallas right up until 1941, when a certain federal lawsuit was won, and that's when the Ford Motor Company decided that they had to give up the fight and let the auto workers get organized, and there was a big Ford plant in East Dallas. That all happened here in Dallas. Dallas has a great labor history, but you can't find out about it. You ain't going to learn nothing about it from listening to the corporate media, because the corporations own everything but KNON.
That's right. And that's why we're here on the Workers Beat. And hey, and we want to thank all you guys for getting out there and doing your voting. And now we're going to ask that you guys come on in here and make your pledges at 972-647-1893. You know, the Workers Beat is an awesome program. 4 is the number of build, and Obama is the 44th president, so we got 2 4s. So we're double building right now in this year and this time and this era. And guess what? 4 plus 4 is 8, and that's the number of new beginnings. Yeah, we're going to have a new beginning on the rise, and we want to thank you in advance for all your pledges that you're giving and that you are going to give to KNON.org. We love you. Those phones are really ringing, and those letters are pouring in. I see money just drifting in. Hey, sir, I want to thank you for getting up this morning and writing that check out with your pot of coffee on it. Ma'am, thank you so much for coming down here Maple Street and bringing that check in. And for all the other listeners that's got us on your mind, every little bit helps. And guess what? You are the help. Right here, KNON.org, online at 972-647-1893. Your president's in, you voted him in, and those who didn't, let's all stand together and let's keep us here on this radio station, okay?
Yeah, don't make the mistake that so many people made in 2008. In 2008, they said, well, we've elected Obama now, we don't have to do nothing.
Yeah.
We can sit back now.
And then 2010... They whooped us.
Yeah.
And now we're back again.
We're on this overcrowded skateboard, but we're all in it together, and there are 4 wheels. Remember, everybody's on the skateboard, and we're going downhill, and then we're going to climb uphill. It's like a roller coaster ride, but it sure is fun. Roller coaster rides are fun, aren't they?
Sometimes.
Yeah, all that time. You're scared for a little while, you're excited, and your stomach flops, and wow, here comes life. You can see the horizon again. Come on, callers.
We are in the middle of a war, and you don't get time off during a war.
That's right.
During a war, the fight goes on. So even though we won the election, I think working people did win the election,
Absolutely.
Generally speaking. In some places they won a little bit, in some places they won a lot. And certainly in the president's race, they won a lot.
Did you hear about New Hampshire? New Hampshire has now elected all the women in their state house. All the state house is all women.
I like that.
Why? And they're Republicans and Democrats. They're all women.
Yeah, that's a big accomplishment.
See? I'm telling you.
Women, we see how important that we are even when they don't tell us. They give us that look or they give us that assignment.
Mm-hmm.
You rock, women, you rock.
Let me tell you about something
skirts
else.
work.
Let me tell you about something else that happened in the past. In Everett, Washington, this is a little town in the state of Washington, there was a patriotic parade was held by the industrial workers of the world. These are working people that were getting organized. A lot of them worked in the timber industry back in Everett, Washington in 1916. So they held a patriotic parade through the middle of town, and the company stooges got rifles and ambushed them and murdered at least 7 of them and wounded at least 50, and that happened on November the 5th of 1916. That's the
wow,
kind
I wasn't even born then. That just
That's
goes to show you, this been going on for a long time. That make me feel like a spring chicken.
Yeah, they were just holding a patriotic parade, and they were ambushed on the streets in downtown Everett, Washington, and murdered. And one of them, one of the leaders, was taken off and tortured and then murdered.
Well, you know, they still do things like that in other countries.
No.
Yes.
What's going on today?
Absolutely. In Central America and South America, Colombia, it's horrible. They take labor leaders and murder them.
It's
so,
true.
you know, it's really important that we see what we have in this country.
And stand up for it.
And stand up for it. You know the old saying, if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything.
It's true. And the battle goes on. It's not like we won these things and we get to keep them.
No.
We don't get to keep nothing.
We got to keep fighting.
We thought in the 50s, we thought everybody was going to have a pension, for example. Now, half the people have lost their pensions already. And the companies are after the rest of them. I don't know if you saw the paper this morning. The airline pilots, the American Airlines is trying to take away their pensions. They're trying to freeze their pensions. That means the new people won't get no pensions.
There you go.
And they're going to the Supreme Court, by the way, the same company, to try to stop Bonnie's union from organizing the gate agents.
We've been organizing those people for 16 years, and they're trying to stop the vote again.
Well, we won't have it, Bonnie. Will we, KNON? Listeners, we will not have it.
We have got to fight. American Airlines is really, you know, they're pushing it. They go to these federal judges, and they try to place injunctions on these folks voting.
They've got a lot of what they wanted to.
Exactly. And they keep getting overturned, and they say, okay, go ahead, have the vote. Well, before we can organize to get the vote going, they go to another court to try to get another injunction.
We have to get out of here and let Jim Schutz take over. I appreciate Sarah for being here.
Hey, I appreciate you guys. And remember, go ahead and call in to 972-647-1893. KNON.org. Thank you so much for all your support. And guess what? The best is yet to come, people. The best is yet to come. And we want to thank you right here. And I want to thank my staff this morning. They have been awesome. I got 2 fine-looking young men here and one just princess of a little girl. Yeah, they like those compliments. Now, you know we all blowed up out of portion, overweight, but we're working for the same cause. We love you. We're painting a picture, and it's your future.
And we don't have to be here when you make a pledge to KNON.
That's right. You can call
we'll be back
the coffee's still on.
I'll be here next week, folks.
You're listening to KNON 89.3 FM in Dallas, the voice of the people, voted best radio station for music 2 years in a row by the Dallas Observer.
Did you know that KNON podcasts all of its local talk shows? KNON has local talk, each show covering your community in its own unique way. So if you missed one of our great morning talk shows, you can go back and listen to it online. We keep the shows for 2 months so you can hear everything you have been missing out on. Visit KNON.org for more information about the KNON Morning Talk Shows podcast, also available on iTunes.